You took your first breath in a factory on the outskirts of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Don't be impressed. It smelled like chemicals, dried tobacco, and whatever regrets linger in a place that runs 3 shifts a day, 7 days a week. The lights were fluorescent and merciless. The machines were loud. Loud the way only machines that have absolutely no feelings can be loud. And you were just one of 5.8 trillion. Yes, trillion. With a T, bad news, my friend. Your life started in hard mode. Let's be honest about what you are. You are a paper tube stuffed with shredded tobacco, a little filter at one end, and absolutely no ambitions. You didn't ask for this. Nobody asked you. One moment there was nothing, and then suddenly, there you are, sealed in a foil wrapper alongside 19 of your identical siblings, dropped into a cardboard box and stacked on a pallet with approximately 3,000 of your cousins. Congrats. You're a family now. The journey begins immediately. A truck, a warehouse, another truck, a gas station somewhere in the American Midwest where the lighting is somehow worse than the factory. You sit behind a glass counter next to some lottery tickets and a miniature American flag. You are not picked up. You wait. Days pass. By the way, do you have any idea how old your raw material is? The tobacco inside you might have been cured and aged for 2 to 4 years before it even got near a machine. That leaf was older than some people's marriages by the time it became you. Real legacy content. Anyway, you survived your first 2 weeks safely. I say safely loosely because this particular gas station has a habit of running the AC directly onto the cigarette shelf, which is not ideal for your structural integrity, but we'll let it go. Then, a hand. A hand reaches into the case, pulls out your box, taps it twice against a palm. Why do they always do that? Nobody knows, it does literally nothing. And walks you to a car. This is your first owner. He's 24. He works in logistics. He has a complicated relationship with stress and an even more complicated relationship with quitting. He's tried the patches. He's tried the gum. He's downloaded 3 apps. He keeps you in his jacket pocket, which smells faintly of motor oil and one of those pine tree air fresheners. Not bad as apartments go. Your internship phase has begun. The first time you are used, and we should talk about this, it is 7:43 a.m. in a parking lot. He's late for a meeting. His hands are slightly shaky. He lights you with a cheap plastic lighter that takes 4 tries, and for approximately 4 minutes and 30 seconds, you are the most important thing in his world. Then he stubs you out on a concrete barrier. Congrats. You completed your entire purpose in under 5 minutes. But here's where it gets genuinely dark, my friend. Because you are not special. You are, statistically, one of approximately 15 trillion cigarettes manufactured globally every single year. Let that number breathe for a second. 15 trillion. If you lined up every cigarette made in a single year, end to end, you'd wrap around the earth roughly 2 million times. The cigarette industry is not a business. It is a geological event. By the way, here's a fun fact that is not fun at all. The tobacco industry spends approximately $9 billion a year on advertising and marketing in the United States alone. 9 billion. That is more than the GDP of several countries. And a significant chunk of that money goes specifically toward making the moment you get lit feel meaningful, rebellious, or sophisticated. The packaging you lived in, designed by psychologists, the weight of the box in the hand, engineered, the satisfying click of the flip lid, intentional. You were a product before you were a thing. Anyway, back to the parking lot. Over the next 3 weeks, you become part of a ritual. Morning smoke, post-lunch smoke, the smoke that happens when a phone call goes badly. You live in a rotation of stress responses and habit loops that neuroscientists have studied extensively and that your owner understands only as, I just need one. And listen, we should pause here. Wait. We are making a serious video and you are sitting there getting lit on fire as a stress management tool. I mean, are we okay with this? Is nobody going to mention this? You are literally being burned. Anyway, fine. Back to the story. The science of what you are is actually remarkable. You contain over 7,000 chemicals when burning. About 70 of them are known carcinogens. And the filter, your filter, the thing people think is doing something protective, largely exists for aesthetic and legal reasons more than medical ones. It makes the smoke feel cooler and smoother, which ironically makes people inhale more deeply. You are a machine that tricks its own user. Honestly, as engineering goes, that is almost impressive. Congrats, by the way. You are now a statistic. Your time in the jacket pocket, in the cup holder, in the kitchen drawer during the attempted quit that lasted 11 days. All of this is your adulthood, your peak utility phase, brief, purposeful, combustible. But nothing lasts. And for you, nothing lasts about 4 minutes repeatedly. The decay comes in a strange way. It is not that you get old, you don't rust, you don't rot immediately, you get lost. A box left in a coat that goes to the back of the closet. A gas station pack bought impulsively and then forgotten in a glove compartment as the weather gets warmer and life gets slightly less stressful for a while. By the way, like every year, approximately 4.5 trillion cigarette butts are discarded globally, making them the most collected item in beach cleanups worldwide. More than plastic bags, more than bottles. You, or something like you, is everywhere. In gutters, in the sand, in rivers. You are the confetti of bad decisions, scattered across every surface humanity has ever touched. My friend, that is a legacy. Your final chapter is quiet. You are in a half-empty pack in a drawer, next to a dead battery and a user manual for a blender nobody uses. The owner has not smoked in 19 days. He's on day 20 now. He keeps the pack there on purpose. Some people need the option to stay in the drawer to feel in control of not taking it. You are not a cigarette anymore. You are a psychological prop. Weeks pass, then a month. One Tuesday, while cleaning before a visit from someone he's trying to impress, he opens the drawer, looks at you for exactly 3 seconds, and puts you in the trash. No ceremony, no final drag, just the lid of the bin. This is your retirement. And honestly, you did exactly what you were designed to do. You were born in a factory, transported across half a country. You gave 4 minutes of chemical relief to a stressed out guy in a parking lot. You were part of a multi-trillion-dollar global industry that has been selling the same product since 1880 without fundamentally changing what it is. You were a delivery mechanism, a ritual object, a moment of weakness dressed up in very expensive packaging. Not the most inspirational life, but a complete one in its way. Sleep well. See you in the next life. Until then, Silent Witness is out.